Hi there. Real quick before we jump into the episode. If you enjoy this episode, or any of the other episodes, be sure to give us a follow or subscribe. It would also be great if you shared it with a friend, or better yet, left a review so others can know how awesome it is. Thanks so much. And now, the episode.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome to the Press Start Leadership Podcast, the podcast about game-changing leadership, teaching you how to get the most out of your product and development team and become the leader you were meant to be. Leadership coaching and training for the international game industry professional. Now, let me introduce you to your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Christopher Mifsud.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome back to another awesome edition of the Press Start Leadership Podcast. On this week's episode, we'll be discussing mastering organizational change management to drive innovation and sustain growth in the gaming sector. The role of leadership in organizational change management in the video game industry. Organizational change is an inevitable part of growth and adaptation in any industry, but it holds particular significance in the fast-paced, innovation-driven world of video game development. Leadership plays a pivotal role in guiding companies through these transitions, ensuring that changes lead to improvement rather than disruption. This comprehensive guide explores how leadership within the video game industry can effectively manage organizational change, emphasizing strategies that encourage resilience and foster a culture of continuous improvement. Understanding the dynamics of organizational change in the video game industry. The video game industry is characterized by rapid technological advancements, shifting consumer preferences, and an increasingly competitive market landscape. Organizational change within this context can include shifts in project management methodologies, the introduction of new technologies, restructuring of teams, or pivoting to new genres or markets. Challenges of change management. In creative industries like video game development, employees may have strong attachments to existing projects or processes, leading to resistance. Effective communication is crucial during transitions, but can be hindered by organizational silos. Rapidly evolving technology requires continuous learning and adaptation, which can be a significant source of stress and uncertainty. Leadership is critical in addressing these challenges. Leaders must not only manage the logistical aspects of change, but also the human element, guiding their teams through an uncertainty with a clear vision and a supportive approach. The role of leadership in facilitating successful change. Leaders in the video game industry must wear multiple hats, acting as visionaries, communicators, and empathetic managers to guide their organizations through change effectively. And here's how they can achieve this. Vision casting. Leaders must articulate a clear purpose for the change, aligning it with the organization's overall goals and demonstrating how it benefits the company and the team. Developing a strategic roadmap for change that outlines key milestones and expected outcomes helps in setting realistic expectations and measuring progress. Communication strategy. Regular, transparent communications about the reasons for changes, the benefits, and the expected impacts helps mitigate uncertainty and builds trust. Establishing mechanisms for feedback allows employees to express concerns and suggestions, making them feel valued and involved in the process. Managing resistance. Effective leaders delve into the reasons behind resistance, whether they are based on fear, misunderstanding, or practical concerns. Address these concerns directly through one-on-one meetings, team discussions, or all-hands meetings. Providing reassurance and support can alleviate fears and build commitment. And training and support. Provide training sessions to help employees acquire the necessary skills to adapt to new tools, technologies, or processes. Implement support structures such as mentoring programs, help desks, or resource groups to assist employees during the transition. Empowering leaders for change. For leaders themselves, managing organizational changes requires a set of skills and attributes that can be nurtured and developed. And here are key areas for leaders to focus on. Leadership development. Leaders should continually update their knowledge and skills, not only about new technologies and industry trends, but also in leadership and change management best practices. High emotional intelligence enables leaders to handle the stress of change management and to better understand and manage the emotions of their team members. Building a resilient culture. Encouraging a culture that values flexibility and adaptability helps prepare employees for change, making transitions smoother. Recognizing and celebrating milestones during the change process boosts morale and reinforces the value of the change being implemented. And leading by example. Leaders should be the first to embrace new changes and technologies, setting a powerful example for the rest of the organization. Being consistent in actions and communications builds credibility and trust, which are essential during times of change. Strategic implementation of change. Effective change implementation in the video game industry requires a structured approach that minimizes disruption while maximizing the adoption and benefits of new practices. Look to a phased rollout. So instead of complete overhaul, introduce changes gradually. A phased approach allows teams to adjust more comfortably and provides opportunities to refine processes based on initial feedback. Test changes with a small group or a single project team before a full rollout. This can help identify potential issues and make necessary adjustments with minimal risk. Cross-functional change teams. Form change management teams that include members from various departments. This diversity ensures that multiple perspectives are considered, enhancing the planning and execution of changes. Keep these teams accountable at regular meetings to discuss progress, challenges, and next steps. This continual oversight helps maintain momentum and focus. Resource allocation. Ensure that sufficient resources, time, budget, and tools are allocated to support the change process. Under-resourcing can lead to failure and frustration among teams. Implement additional support mechanisms such as training sessions, technical support teams, and leadership office hours to address ongoing needs and concerns. Sustaining change, long-term strategies. To ensure that changes are not just implemented, but also sustained and integrated into the core fabric of the organization, long-term strategies must be established. Reinforcement mechanisms. Schedule periodic reviews of new practices to evaluate their effectiveness and integration. These reviews can lead to ongoing adjustments that improve processes and outcomes. Develop incentive programs that recognize and reward team members and individuals who effectively embrace and advocate for new practices. This not only motivates employees, but also reinforces the changes. Continuous improvement culture. Establish continuous feedback mechanisms that encourage employees to share their experiences with the new system and suggest improvements. Adopt an iterative approach to change, where processes are continually refined based on real-world experiences and outcomes. This flexibility helps the organization remain adaptive and responsive to new challenges and opportunities. And leadership sustainment. Ensure that leaders at all levels receive ongoing training in change management. This training should focus on advanced skills in communication, negotiation, conflict resolution, and strategic thinking. Develop a robust succession planning process to ensure that new leaders are prepared to support the ongoing change initiatives. This planning helps maintain continuity and commitment to the strategic direction of the organization. Final thoughts. Leadership and organizational change management within the video game industry involves a careful balance of strategic planning, effective communication, and ongoing support. By implementing phased changes, fostering a culture of continuous improvement, and ensuring that leadership continuously develops alongside organizational needs, video game companies can not only adapt to changes, but can thrive, turning challenges into opportunities for innovation and growth. This comprehensive approach ensures that the organization remains resilient, competitive, and aligned with both market demands and internal capabilities, paving the way for sustained success in the dynamic landscape of video game production. All right, and that's this week's episode of the Press Start Leadership Podcast. Thanks for listening, and as always, thanks for being awesome. Oh, hi. And the episode's over, but thanks for sticking around till the end. Be sure to check out more episodes in the playlist and new episodes every week on Monday. Follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave a review. Thanks again for being awesome.